What if I told you that I found a way you can decide between the SAT and the ACT in just 10 minutes? My name is Greg, and after 10 years of teaching the SAT and the ACT, I've learned that the decision between them almost always comes down to just one thing, and that's your reading speed. You see, the big picture difference between the SAT and the ACT is the SAT asks trickier questions, but gives you more time, while the ACT asks more straightforward questions, but gives you less time. I've invented the 10-minute reading speed test to help you figure out if you can even read fast enough for the ACT. Here's how it works. I've created a whole 10-minute test PDF that you can download on my website at www.testbestacademy.com/diagnostic. In essence, what I'm going to ask you to do is set a timer for 10 minutes and then read an ACT passage and answer those 10 questions. When you do this practice exercise, I don't just want you to rush through this ACT passage. I want you to be quick, but not to hurry, to go through this passage at your fastest comfortable pace. The key part of the 10-minute test is how long it takes you to read a passage and answer those 10 questions. If it takes you more than 10 minutes to read an ACT passage and answer the 10 questions, then the ACT is probably going to be too fast for you, and you can be pretty confident with going with the SAT. If it takes you less than 10 minutes to read that ACT passage and answer the 10 questions, then the ACT is a viable option for you from a timing perspective. So you've passed the 10-minute test, and both the SAT and the ACT are options for you. So how do we decide between them at that point? There's a second question that's key between the SAT and the ACT, and that's whether you're better at math or science. You see, the SAT makes the math 50% of your score, while the ACT makes the math 25% of your score and makes 25% of your score data analysis. So if you pass the 10-minute test and you can read fast enough to do either one of them, you just want to decide how much math do you want. If you're good at math and you want 50% math, go with the SAT. If you're better at science than you are at math, go with the ACT because that math is going to be a smaller percentage of your score. In essence, that's all the 10-minute test is, a simple way to check your reading speed to see if the SAT or the ACT is going to be better for you. Obviously, there are more intense ways to decide between the SAT and the ACT, and I cover those in the PDF as well. So go ahead and join me at testbestacademy.com/diagnostic. That link is down in the description. Download this PDF and let's decide if the SAT or ACT is better for you. Watch this video right here to figure out when you should be taking your test.